Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet Rainbows and Butterflies. Today we're going to learn how to crochet this tiny whale. Now for this tutorial I have used crochet hook 3mm and crochet 4-ply yarn. I've used two colors for the whale and black yarn for the face. You will need some stuffing and a yarn needle. So let's get started. We begin with a magic circle. Now for those of you who do not know how to work a magic circle, I have a video on that as well. I'll leave the link to that video in the description box below. Now once you have your magic circle, in the magic circle you need to work 6 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now once you have your 6 single crochets, you pull the loose end to close the circle and you need to work a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now we've completed row 1. Now to start the second row, you chain 1. In the first single crochet, you work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now we are working an increase in each stitch. So working 2 single crochets in one stitch is an increase. In the next stitch, you work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. In the next stitch, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and you need to continue working 2 single crochets in each stitch of this row. At the end of this row, you need to have a total of 12 stitches. Now once you complete working your 12 stitches, you need to join your row by working a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Now we're going to start row 3. For that, you chain 1, you work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and in the next stitch you work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now you need to repeat this. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Again 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now you need to continue repeating this pattern. That's 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and the stitch after that you need to work 2 single crochets. At the end of this row you need to have 18 stitches. After you complete your row, you need to join it with the slip stitch in the first single crochet. And now to start row 4, you chain 1. In the first single crochet, you work 1 single crochet. In the next one, you work 1 single crochet. And in the third one, you need to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now we're going to repeat this. In the first one, 1 single crochet. In the second one, 1 single crochet. And in the third one, 2 single crochet. You need to continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this row, and you need to have a total of 24 stitches by the end of this row. Once you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Now we're going to start row 5. For that, you chain 1. In the first stitch, you work 1 single crochet. In the second stitch, 1 single crochet. In the third stitch, 1 single crochet, and in the fourth one you work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now we're going to repeat this. In the first stitch, 1 single crochet, second stitch, 1 single crochet, third stitch, 1 single crochet, and in the fourth stitch you need to work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. And now you need to continue this pattern till you reach the end of this row, and you need to have a total of 30 stitches once you complete this row. Once you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, and now we're going to start row 6. For that you chain 1 and you work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and you need to continue working 1 single crochet in each stitch of this row. So at the end of this row you will have 30 stitches, and you need to continue working the same pattern for row 7 and 8. So now we are working row 6 with 1 single crochet in each stitch. After this you are going to continue working row 7 and 8 by working 1 single crochet in each stitch of the row, and you will have a total of 30 stitches in each row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet to join your row. Now we are going to start row 9. Now in this row we are going to work the fin and the tail. So you need to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we are going to work in this chain all the way till here. So you need to work a single crochet in the second stitch right here. So you don't count the stitch that's on your hook. This is the first one, this is the second stitch. So you work 1 single crochet in the second stitch. Now in the next stitch you need to work a half double crochet. Now to work a half double crochet you need to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull through that stitch. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. You need to yarn over all 3 loops. After you complete the first half double crochet, you need to work the second half double crochet in the next stitch, and the third half double crochet in the next stitch. So we worked 3 half double crochets in 3 stitches here. Now in the next stitch you work a single crochet, and now you chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now again in the second stitch you work a single crochet. In the next stitch you work 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch 1 half double crochet. Now in the last stitch here you work a single crochet, and now you need to work a slip stitch in the same stitch here where you started working the tail. In the first stitch where you started the chain 6, right here you work a slip stitch. Now you need to work 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We're working in the same row. We started by making the tail in the first stitch and we continued 6 single crochets in the next stitches. Now after you complete the 6 single crochet, in the next stitch, in the front loop, you always have 2 loops in your stitches. You need to try and pick up just one. That's the front loop. Right into that you work a slip stitch, and now you chain 2. In the same front loop you're going to work 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2. In the same loop you're going to work a slip stitch. That's the first fin. Now after you complete working the fin, we're going to start in the next stitch. You're going to continue working 1 single crochet in next 15 stitches. So we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. After the 15 single crochets, in the next stitch you're going to work the fin. So we start in the front loop like we've done here, work a slip stitch, chain 2. In the same loop you're going to work 2 half double crochets. It's 1 and 2. Now you chain 2. In the same loop you work a slip stitch. Now starting from the next stitch, you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch. You will have 6 stitches here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now you work a slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1 and cut your yarn. We're going to change the color for the next row. Now we're going to join the next color right into this stitch that's next to the tail right here, and you're going to join it in the back loop. So you have 2 loops. The first one is a front loop, the second one is the back loop. You join your yarn and you work 1 single crochet in the same loop, 1 single crochet in the next back loop, 1 single crochet in the next back loop. So we're going to work in the back loop of this entire row. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet. Now we've reached the fin. You need to find the stitch under the fin. That's the back loop of that stitch. And you continue in the back loop of the next stitch. and you continue working 1 single crochet in each stitch of this row, in each back loop of this row till you reach the end of this row. Now we've reached the last stitch, that is the tail. Now for that stitch too, you need to find the stitch under it, right here, and you work 1 single crochet into that stitch. And after you complete it, you need to work a slip stitch into the first single crochet to join this row. We completed the 10th row. Now we're going to start with the 11th one. You start with the first chain and you work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch. And now in the next 2 stitches we are going to work a decrease. Now to work a decrease, you need to work 2 single crochets together. To do that, you insert your hook in the first stitch, pull up a yarn, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up the yarn. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. That is how you work 2 single crochets together, which is called a decrease. Now you need to repeat this pattern right from the start. So you work 1 single crochet in 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and the next 2 stitches you work a decrease. So that's 2 single crochets together. Again, repeat the pattern, 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and the next 2 stitches you need to work the single crochet together, and that is your decrease. And now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now we're going to start row 12. For that, you chain 1, you work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next 2 stitches we are going to work a decrease, that is 2 single crochets together. Now we're going to repeat this pattern, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next 2 stitches you work a decrease. And you need to continue working this pattern, that is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you work a decrease in the next 2 stitches. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now before we start the next row, you can stuff the stuffing in right now, or you can do it after we complete the next row, but it's going to get smaller. So if it's going to be difficult for you, you can fill the stuffing right now. I'm going to do that after the next row. Now we're going to start row 13. For that, you chain 1, you work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and you're going to work a decrease in the next 2 stitches. So that is 2 single crochets together. Again, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and the next 2 stitches you work a decrease, that is a single crochet together. And now you need to continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. And now you pull up your yarn and you attach a stitch marker right there. Now before I start the next row, I'm going to add the stuffing in. After you complete stuffing, you need to attach your hook back. And now this is the last row, that's row 14. Now in the entire row, you're going to work decreases. So that's 2 single crochets together for all the stitches. So that's the first decrease. It's the next one. You need to continue working 2 single crochets together till you reach the end of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now you chain 1 and you cut your yarn. You leave a little yarn. We are going to close this small space that you have here. We're going to close that. So you leave a little bit of yarn. Now with your yarn needle, you need to stitch this up. The tiny space that you have here. Pull the stitches together and close it up. And now you need to work in your ends. Pull this yarn into using the yarn needle. We've completed making the veil. Now I'm going to make the eyes and the mouth. You can use some different eyes if you wish, but I'm going to just make it with the yarn going in right here. Bring it out on the other side. And now the mouth. And you end it right here, the first eye. And now you need to pull this yarn in. We've completed making the tiny veil. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and happy crocheting.